The latest of what they're talking about with regards to aliens and UFOs is pretty insane. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. They're now saying that they have specific places even. They're saying that, yes, there are alien underwater, of course, bases. This is what they're saying. They're even telling you the locations of them, where they're at. This is on Fox News. TMZ is now covering it. Like, it's on various news channels. Apparently, this is like normal now. It's normal. It's completely normal to be talking about alien underwater water bases on CNN and Fox News. Like, it's just like, oh, look, see, Trump said this today. Oh, we have these alien water bases off the coast of New York right here. And I guess this is the new normal. Okay, I guess that's what it is. You're not crazy, of course. But then we found some other even more insane things. China is putting data centers in the ocean floor. Are the aliens running the data centers? I knew there was a connection between the two, right? I really felt like there's a connection between the two. I felt like there's some weird connection. I couldn't put my finger on it. Here's the crazy one that might be true, right? We're going to get into that, of course, in this video. We got a lot of other insanity. We got Stephen Greer covering some of this as well. Some of their programs that they're into. We got some UFO footage from Brazil and the guy who saw it, and now some crazy stuff going on with him afterwards. Get into that as well. A doctor from Brazil, from the same area. We got some weird thing with volcanoes and UFOs as well. And then we got some other things as well. Let's just get going here. We have Stargate. We have the TV show Stargate. Apparently something going on with that as well. We'll get into it later on. So we have Representative Burchett here. Recalls Navy reports of massive underwater, of course, bases. Talking aliens. Tennessee Republican Tim Burchett shared secondhand accounts from Navy officials about 5 or 6 potential non-human bases off the U.S. coast. First in December 2025. Interview, and later on Joe Rogan's podcast, he described sonar data of enormous objects moving far faster than human tech allows, relaying these as unverified reports from military contacts while pushing for UFO transparency of the House Oversight Committee. Reactions range from, okay, whatever. So we have here TMZ. That's one. What is this one over here? This is something else. Okay, we'll get into TMZ first. I guess we'll play this TMZ real quick.
Did you see, now I guess it would be about 2 weeks ago, that was very alarming, the way you said that, at least.
Yeah, well, because of the circumstances and where it was, I can't get into too much specifics, but it was elaborating on some stuff that we'd asked for, and it was important to get this person in a secure setting to where we could ask him these questions.
This is crazy, dude. So he's talking, as a Navy officer, he's talking about where these underwater bases are. And we got this other report here. Retired U.S. Army intelligence officer Lynn Buchanan, we'll get into it in a second, talks about several alien bases are hidden on Earth. Okay. There's one supposedly near Eglin AFB, Air Force Base, and associated military complexes. There's another one, deep ocean trench adjacent to Autek, a documented U.S. naval facility on Andros Island, Bahamas. There's said to be one beneath the ocean floor near Guadalupe Island, 150 to 240 kilometers offshore Baja. There's also primary hotspot centered near Sycamore Knoll, approximately 6.6 miles offshore from Malibu Point Dume. Some of these were pointed out by Dr. Michael Sala on his site and a couple other notable figures. But as always, official channels classify such contacts as marine animals, sensor artifacts, or foreign drones. This intentional blanket attribution fails to account for observed physics violations sustained across decades of multi-witness, multi-sensor data, obviously referring to the anti-gravity component of these UFO craft. Therein there is naval personnel who have privately briefed members of Congress on the reality of these incursions, bypassing public channels. The pattern suggests deliberate non-interference. So here we got a guy from Space and Technology here on X. Retired U.S. Army Intelligence Officer Lynn Buchanan says there are several alien bases that are hidden on Earth and are used as intelligence hubs, UFO repair sites, extraterrestrial entry points. Okay, this is crazy. So we got a lot of this going on. That's a funny picture right there. Was that the History Channel? They used to use that picture everywhere. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, so we're just getting started. We got a lot of more insanity to get into. Data centers down in the ocean too, apparently. Aliens are running them, I guess. Illegal aliens and the regular aliens. I kind of be kind of funny, but not actually at the same time. We had a guy who's a software engineer working for Meta who got fired or laid off back on 5/20, who said that 90% of his coworkers were Chinese and would speak Mandarin in America in Meta. And they purposely would fire those that are not Chinese and give promotions to the Chinese. So I don't know if maybe they're legal aliens. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of that going on. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff to get into. We're just barely getting started. First, I'm going to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. They have tons of different options available. Survival items, bug out bags. They got water filtration, solar power, emergency food, tons of different packages. You just click the link right there, my friends. As low as, I think it's $20 is the lowest one. They got a 32 even here. $5.99. They got as high as, I think, 3,000. There's a 2,000. Oh yeah, right here, 3,000, 1 year's worth. So if you want to get 1 year's worth, or you want to get that, and I think this one has like a solar power too or something. It's got something else in there as well. Go check it out. Link is in the description. We got this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity. Never know what's next. UFOs, World War III, robots, Terminators, Matrix, whatever it might be. Running Man, that's what that TV show is there. Might want to get this book. Get the printed version, $37. Link is in the description. Let's get back to the video. We have here China putting data centers on the ocean floor and letting the sea cool them. Okay, man. Come on. Really? Instead of building massive air-conditioned buildings on land, China is submerging sealed server modules on the seabed. Ocean itself acts as a giant natural cooling system. This dramatically cuts energy use, water consumption, land requirements for power-hungry AI data centers. Why it matters. Seawater, you know what? They could do some hydroelectric power. They could put some dam near it, get all the power from that to run them, get the aliens down there, making sure they're answering stuff on AI for you. Just joking, man. Yeah, this is good stuff. Seawater provides free energy cooling. No giant chillers or evaporative systems needed, combined with offshore wind power. Many of these facilities run on mostly renewable energy. Projects like the one off Shanghai, Hainan, however you say it, High Cloud, are already operational with hundreds of server racks. Early results show 39% lower cooling energy demand. Don't have to use all our running water, do they? Deeper implication is huge. AI drives explosive growth in computing power, traditional data center, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just look at this. Yeah, I guess octopuses and the fish can listen to them in down there, right? Humming away. Oh my, what is this? This is like some fake, what kind of ridiculous AI video is this? It's got wind turbines underwater. Okay, dude. Yeah, that's not the best AI video rendering there, is it? UFO expert Stephen Greer just said he talked to multiple members of Congress who told him that secret alien program is being run by a mega corporation who are above the GOV, who have advanced and reverse engineered alien technology that they currently have a monopoly on, which is why they are fighting our president on the release of the UFO files. He said that the good news is that because these guys are at the top are so small in number that they can easily be penetrated and overwhelmed. And he just gave the members of Congress and Trump a roadmap where the evidence is, which corporations are hoarding it, and where their black sites. Wow, this is crazy. You think he actually knows all this? I know he has a lot of people talking to him. Greer also said that there are very competent people involved with the military intelligence communities who are working very closely with him and his team. And once Trump signs off on everything, they'll be able to completely turn the tables on them, and that they will be able to get all of those assets under control. This is interesting. This all confirms what Representative Tim Burchett just said about how our president is going to win the war against them. Okay, let's just play this video here.
It was very interesting that the White House released all those first tranche of documents and kind of photos and videos. But we know that there's a lot more that will be coming. I think the bigger problem is that we have learned, and we predicted this would be the case when we first reached out to people in Congress and the administration back in December 2024, that they would get blocked and they wouldn't get information through channels. Excuse me. Now that's been confirmed by members of Congress. That's what's happening. Now the workaround, and I think this is where I want to be very specific, and this is a message for people at the White House, the president, and the Congress. They have to first understand the nature of the secrecy. It's not legal, normal, top secret secrecy, or TSSCI, or compartmented word code in the normal sense of even a black project.
This is strange.
These projects have been and are being run by a consortium of corporations with their people in government.
Dude, we literally live in idiocracy. Okay? Idiocracy, if you ever saw the movie, there's a massive corporation that runs America. Okay? I think it ends up being Home Depot, right? That's like Home Depot is like 100 Walmarts put together in size in the movie. The guy, he's in like a cryo chamber. He wakes up like 100, 200 years later, and everybody's really dumb. Apparently, Americans got very dumb. And like he's the smartest man alive. It's a comedy, obviously, but a corporation's running everything, right? And this actually kind of makes sense because we've seen how quickly our president brought Sam Altman and all those guys in for AI at the beginning of the year. And I just thought it was a little strange how that was kind of rushed in like that. It felt like there was someone pressuring him to do that. At least to me, it felt like it. And so I kind of feel like there is these massive corporations that have a lot of push power that are involved here. And it does make sense. It actually makes a lot of sense. And this is maybe why it's so hard for him to get things done. Okay. It really is that way. At any rate. So what else is he saying here? Let's play a little bit more.
It was very interesting. We have provided and that's all I'm going to say about that. But there are people who know what they're doing in military and intelligence circles who are working with us very closely. We have provided them a roadmap to not only where the evidence is, which corporations are holding it, but also where the specific.
That's crazy, man. I believe it though. It's just like the BIS. It's in a territory. It's like the Vatican's in a territory that is not beheld to other laws. Right? There's actually a place where I don't know if you ever heard of the BIS, Bank of International Settlements. Bank location. I'm trying to remember where it's at exactly. Basel, Switzerland. And it's set up in a way to where it's like the Vatican, where it's like its own city-state, which has no laws over it. So they don't have to follow or uphold any laws. They're set in that place, and then they delegate all their contracts, all their dealings from that area to the rest of the world. And then that way they have no law that has to be upheld where they're at. And perhaps these companies are running the same way. They put themselves in a place to where there's no one over them. They're literally their own God, I guess you would say, in their mind. And they can do whatever the hell they want. And it could be the same sort of structure to where they put themselves in a weird place like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. At any rate, let's get on to the next thing. We got these clips. It looks like it's out of South America. We got one from Brazil. That's a big one. Let's play this one right here. Check this out.
That looks odd. Di atas gunung. Ada UFO, guys.
Looks almost like a ball. I don't know what that is. I think this is somewhere in South America. It's pretty clear footage. And what's interesting is there's a bunch of stuff coming out of Brazil. Maybe that's all. I don't know where that's from. It looks like South America somewhere. The recent Brazilian UFO sighting is going viral everywhere. Mac, Leo, the Brazilian farmer who captured the UFO with his camera, just told an even crazier story what happened than he previously knew before. He said that the alien aircraft was generating a very strange noises, and that all his animals were very agitated and were going crazy everywhere. Let's just play this really quick. This is the guy that recently went viral over some footage.
It was supposed to be a normal day in the routine of digital influencer Mike Leão at a farm in the rural area of Campo Largo in the Curitiba region, but it ended with a story that seems from another planet. Everything started early in the morning when Mike noticed that the animals on the property were frightened.
Folks, there's something happening out there. Look. 10:30, 11 o'clock, when I opened the doors here, the animals were very agitated, right? They were making a lot of vocalizations, right? I mentioned the horses, the birds, but it started early, you know? I kept watching like, oh, what if it's a monkey, some jaguar, I don't know. I kept looking, and soon it was already late afternoon, right, folks? Getting dark.
While everything was happening, Micah was filming and sharing with followers on social media.
How strange, folks.
Then the noises started.
The sound of a ratchet started above here at the house, right? As if it were a ship, as if it were a very large boat.
The images sparked curiosity and a flood of theories, but nothing prepared Mikey for what he says he saw hours later.
And just as it started to get dark, the object appeared up there above the trees. Oh my goodness, what is that? At the time, it's just that even people said, oh, but how come you didn't realize from the start, right?
Right here.
Because you don't, for me, inexplicable things were happening, but I only realized when I saw the object there, right? Because then it went out, right? Those lights disappeared. Then I even said, guys, it went out. Then I recorded outside. I recorded saying, guys, what did I just experience?
This is crazy. So this is the guy that went viral recently with this footage, and apparently this is the next day. Brazilian farmer Mike recently uploaded a video where he was crying, utterly terrified, fearing for his life after he saw a UFO with his own two eyes. He said that there was a menacing men in black who are now staying parked outside his home 24/7.
Posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos. Não posso fazer nada, tem monte de gente aqui. Parece uns zumbis, querem... Ai, gente, os carros pretos, tudo escuro. Gente, eu tô com muito medo, sério. Eu nunca tive tanto medo na minha vida, nem o dia do Alien. Eu tô sozinho, gente, sozinho.
This is weird, dude. Like, the guy's just a farmer. He's out in the middle of nowhere in Brazil. And, like, he sees some weird stuff that's harassing or making noises that annoys his animals. And then next thing you know, he's got men in black pulled up on him. This is nuts.
Posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos. Não posso fazer nada, tem monte de gente aqui.
What the heck, man? This is crazy. So you got that story, Men in Black apparently at his house. Hell yeah, that's from Men in Black right there. They want to make sure you look into the object here, right? I don't think it's going to work anymore. Everybody's seen it online. Yeah, so then we had this story. A Brazilian doctor named Dr. Italio Danelli Venturelli was just featured in a video where he's claiming he treated one of these captured aliens back in 1996, right after the infamous Vargina, how do you say this? Vargina UFO incident took place, which is in Vargina, is called Brazil's Roswell.
O que eu vou dizer para vocês é verdade, nada mais do que a verdade. Sou médico há 46 anos. E em 1996, no dia 20 de janeiro, eu fui chamado para ver um paciente, né? E quando eu fui ver, não era um ser do nosso planeta, né? Que fui chamado eventualmente para dar minha opinião sobre o caso.
Oh, that's weird. Calling the doctors and bringing one of those things. Oh, that's weird. All right, so you got that stuff going on in Brazil. At any rate, that's crazy. We got this story as well. Fireball UFO crashes into volcano, and then something really amazing happens. This is some weird stuff that just happened as well. Check this out.
What the hell did we just witness? May 25th, 2000.
What was that? That was crazy looking. Here we go.
What the hell did we just...
What is that, dude? That's insane looking.
E-25 flank of the impact zone. Controlled...
There's another thing over here, too, I saw in this video. Look at this. What is that? It almost looks like a meteor. What is going on here, man? Some crazy stuff going on. At any rate, there's all that. We got the Stargate TV series that was supposed to come out. A new sequel series has been axed by Amazon. The show was first announced with a series order in November 2025, hailed from the showrunner Martin Garrow, who was the writer on Stargate SG-1 and Atlantis. Sources say Amazon execs were concerned that Garrow's take on the series would not have broad appeal beyond the franchise's already dedicated fan base. This is what they're claiming. But from what we're hearing, actually, is because he refused to bend to the woke apparent mob. Amazon canceled the new Stargate show. The rumor is that the show writer, Martin Garrow, would not budge on compromising lore or elements within the show for a wider modern audience, as they did with Rings of Power for the Lord of the Rings lore. Martin Garrow wanted to create a show that maintained continuity in the story and lore of the old shows, including mythology and tech, respecting the 17 seasons history. Amazon instead wanted something new for the modern audience that was more accessible, reimagined with modern casual sensibilities. Because the showrunners wanted to maintain integrity rather than turn Stargate into another modern audience slop like Rings of Power, Amazon leadership canceled it. So this is apparently what happened. Here you have Osmongold talking about, check this out.
And this is personal. Amazon just canceled the revival of the most popular TV shows because the original showrunners didn't turn into some woke slop. They announced the return of Stargate just last year, and now they killed it. So a new Stargate TV show has been axed by Amazon.
Oh my goodness. So that would have been a good show. And they keep doing this with good shows. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of wonder what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.